Hello and welcome, I'm Ankit Tuteja and you are watching Tech It Out. This week, we tell you about a new state-of-the-art immersive tech platform. It's called MayaaVerse. We get your review of a new mid-range phone and find out how you can protect your car from thieves. Let's get started. Let's talk about a new age technology that has the potential to revolutionize how we interact and collaborate in the digital world. I'm talking about MayaaVerse, an immersive platform that can transform how we work, learn, socialize, and entertain ourselves. It can create entirely new markets and industries. Most importantly, it can revolutionize many aspects of society. Watch this story for more details.
This is MayaaVerse, the state-of-the-art immersive tech platform that has been announced by My Labs in collaboration with Z Media. It seamlessly merges the digital and physical worlds and allows people to have immersive experience in the virtual shared space.
There are three key stakeholders on the MayaaVerse platform, the consumers, which are actually the end ones who will consume the content. They are the creators and the businesses. So starting with the creators, what we have done is it's a low-code, no-code platform which enables the creators to put their differentiated content onto the platform. Then comes the businesses. For businesses, again, the point is how can you reduce the entry load for them? From a technology perspective, from a cost perspective, and from a time to market perspective. So we can create bespoke use cases for our B2B clients very, very fast and deliver them. The third is the consumers itself. So again, they get multi-sensory photorealistic experiences, all which are based out of our first realm, which is the MyCity, and this is the first out of many to come.
So how can you access the platform?
There is no fee right now. You just have to go to our website, MayaaVerse.com, and then that's where you log in, do your KYC. You can create your own avatar.
Once you have signed up on the platform and created your avatar, you can do a lot of things in the MayaaVerse. For now, the company has introduced its first virtual city called MyCity. It covers a vast 100 square kilometers and offers a wide range of lifelike and immersive experiences in the virtual realm.
Once you spawn onto the MyCity, you have opportunities to go into the L&D space, the retail space, or the entertainment area. So whatever your mood says, today if you want to attend a premiere or you want to attend a live event, you can do that. You can roam around, do shopping along with your friends or your family. You can enjoy a movie along with your family. You can also go into an institute and learn something which is made in a really immersive way.
So we want to basically democratize this experience, take it to the masses and provide them an opportunity for these experiences which are relatable. Unlike the metaverses that you would have seen earlier, which are more of animated sort.
That's not all. The company is also working on adding new experiences to the platform.
We are also working on the idea of bringing in various mandirs also virtually, so that you can in the morning actually be present in that mandir while that aarti is going on. We are working on a small script to do 15 minutes of immersive Mahabharata. So that content we ourselves are trying to create. Imagine Mahabharata released immersively and you can walk around that set of Mahabharata. So that's the kind of future that we see. You would certainly see immersive parliament, we are calling it Southern, and where once we get our licenses and everything sorted, you would see all these debates happening, constitutional debates happening.
We will very shortly bring in the content from our collaborations, e-content, which come onto the platform as well.
While the company is building some of the experiences in-house, it's also focusing on building a community of creators. Creators can develop and monetize their digital content in new and transformative ways. In MayaaVerse, their IPs will be protected. In other words, MyLabs is all set to transform the global creator community. Interestingly, you don't need a VR headset to consume content in MayaaVerse. You can use your phone or laptop to experience them. But there's a catch. It will not be an immersive experience on your computer. To enjoy MayaaVerse's content in a true sense, you need a VR headset. Interestingly, MyLabs has teased its headset, which will be released soon.
It's called Lumen VR. Lumen stands for light. The first priority for us was ergonomics, to make sure that you can wear it for longer durations. It is based on a very new Snapdragon chipset, so it has a longer life. We are trying to price it very near to the Oculus, though from a quality perspective, it will deliver much better quality than the Oculus.
The headset is at this point of time going to cost about $700. However, we are still working on how to bring down this cost.
Before the end of the year, it would be in your hands.
Both the headset and the MayaaVerse platform are powered by a host of technologies such as VR and AI.
So from a technology perspective, it's a big foray of technologies. You have game engines, which is at the core. From a team perspective, we have architects, designers, 3D visualizer, material designers, all that have contributed into creation of the spaces, creation of the textures within those spaces. What's unique to us is all the computations happen on the cloud and it is streamed to your device. So your device may not be as strong or highly efficient devices are not needed. On a normal phone, on normal bandwidth, you can actually enjoy the experience. Plus, all these have embedded AI in it. So we have a bot which would be your guide into the metaverse or the MayaaVerse.
What's more interesting is that along with experiences, MyLabs also has a focus on user security.
From a security point of view, all the transactions are secured by Culp, which is our blockchain, which we will soon be announcing. In Metaverse, there have been instances of people going crazy. How do you stop that? So there is a whole charter of my city. So the idea is that this space has to be a responsible space, not only from a tech point of view, but also from the behavioral point of view. I suppose we will be able to establish ourselves as a responsible tech developer.
The company has ambitious plans. It's aiming to tap markets around the world.
We are looking at 2 or 3 international markets to start with. Asia Pac is one, obviously. Singapore, there is an event coming in Singapore which we want to attend. US is a market. We have a base in US as well, so that's what we are targeting, and Middle East. So these are 3 markets which we are targeting.
As MyLabs continues to push the boundaries of immersive technology, MayaaVerse emerges as a groundbreaking and transformative force.
It's time for a gadget review. This is the new Moto G64. Let's start with the design. The G64 has a matte finish, which looks good. Also, it helps hide fingerprint smudges. I wish the phone had a slightly slimmer profile. The rounded corners, however, make it comfortable to use the phone. The Moto G64 comes with a 6.5-inch LCD screen with a 120Hz refresh rate. Although the phone's display is viewable in most conditions, in direct sunlight, you could find yourself struggling with reflections. I would like to highlight that the phone includes an average camera. The dual rear camera does a decent job in natural light, but in low light conditions, the results lack clarity. The front camera is satisfactory in environments with good light. Under the hood is a MediaTek processor that delivers a smooth performance. Multitasking on this 5G phone is smooth. The phone packs a massive 6000 mAh battery. With regular usage, the battery can easily last for over a day. The smartphone comes in two storage variants, 128 GB storage with 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB storage with 12 GB of RAM. Prices for the phone start at 14,999 Indian rupees. We say you can consider the Moto G64 if you are planning to buy a phone at this price point. Car theft is on the rise. Vehicles using keyless entry and push-button starters are particularly vulnerable. But there are ways that can help you protect your car from being stolen. We get you some of them in this story.
Auto technology has evolved over the years. Many new cars now use wireless key fobs and push-button starters instead of traditional metal keys. The fob sends a short-range signal, so when the driver approaches the car, it automatically unlocks the door. This saves you the hassle of digging out your keys, especially in situations where you've got your hands full, let's say with groceries. Unfortunately, the technology that has been designed to make it easier to unlock and start vehicles is leading to a surge in auto theft. It's aiding thieves. How? Understand that the wireless fob continues to emit a signal even if you're not using it. Thieves prowl neighborhoods at night looking for cars parked outside so they can carry out so-called relay attacks and steal the car. How does it happen? Portable equipment is used to pick up the faint signal from a fob inside the house or parking lot. It's relayed back to a transmitter that can clone the signal. Officials have urged car makers to reduce security vulnerabilities and warn owners about the risks. But an important question here is, what can you do to protect your car from the growing risk of keyless vehicle thefts? A simple but effective way to stop auto bandits from stealing your key fob signal is to use a Faraday bag or pouch. It's lined with a conductive metal mesh that blocks the transmission of electromagnetic signals. Our advice is, test them to ensure they work. Just put the key fob inside and approach your car. If the doors don't automatically unlock, then the signal is blocked. Ignore some advice making the rounds on the internet telling you to put your fob in the microwave or freezer. It doesn't have the same effect as a Faraday bag. In fact, you can risk damaging your key. Try an old-school solution by using a physical lock. Some police forces advise car owners to use them to make their vehicles look less tempting to steal. The reasoning is that a would-be thief might be deterred by the effort needed to cut through the lock. Locks in the shape of a disc or a long bar clamp onto the steering wheel and make it difficult to steer. There are also versions that prevent the car from being put in gear. For many cars, it's possible to deactivate the wireless setting so that you can't open the door remotely. The method will vary depending on the make and model, so consult your owner's manual for the exact process. If it sounds complicated, there are YouTube videos that walk you through it. Also note, if you buy a used car, get the keys reprogrammed just in case the previous owner kept one of the fobs.
Viva Tech is one of Europe's biggest tech and startup events. Watch this story to find out what interesting AI innovations dominated the tech fair.
Look at this. From the tip of a nozzle, a very human body part is emerging, a piece of skin. This bioprinting technology has been developed by beauty giant L'Oreal. The company has long used reconstructed skin to test products on. But this latest innovation makes it more real than ever. L'Oreal's skin technology was announced at the Viva Tech Technology Show in Paris. L'Oreal says it is combining biology and cutting-edge tech to create testing models that mimic the complexity of real human skin.
You have the ability to now, 3D print cells. You have the ability to use AI software to be able to reconstruct, hair models and skin models, and all of that through a world where then you combine it with cells and tech. You can be able to create any model that you want. And I think this is, going to be a major revolution in the future when it comes to testing in the health industry, but also on skin.
It's not just intended for use by the beauty brand. L'Oreal also expects health startups and research institutes to try out the skin technology system. It also means a diverse array of skins can be manufactured. L'Oreal claims their accuracy is close to perfect. This hand by Esper Bionics is also trying to mimic the human body. The engineering company wants to create prosthetics for amputees and people born without limbs. The Ukrainian startup has already gone into mass production with the models and even supplies prosthetics to soldiers who have lost hands in the ongoing war with Russia. The robotic hands use sensors to detect muscle movements in the user's limb, which trigger the prosthetic to move. But the company is harnessing the power of AI to make that process easier. AI proved to be the dominant theme at this year's Viva Tech. From fashion and beauty to health, there are huge numbers of companies trying to convince visitors that they are using artificial intelligence in the best way possible. When it comes to big AI announcements, Chinese smartphone manufacturer Honor used the Paris show to reveal that it would be using Google's AI features in its devices.
Honor is open to the whole industry collaboration. So the Honor, the future AI application, will cooperate with Microsoft, Qualcomm, Google, and this partner, when all the partners work together, we do believe we can deliver the better digital life.
Too much salt in your diet can be bad for you. But what if we tell you there is a high-tech spoon that can help you eat less salt? More details in this story.
Excess sodium intake is related to increased incidence of high blood pressure, strokes, and other ailments. But this spoon can help address the problems. Note that it's not a regular spoon. Instead, it is an electrified spoon. According to researchers in Japan, it can promote healthier eating by enhancing salty tastes without extra sodium. The spoon, made of plastic and metal, has been co-developed by Meiji University professor Homei Miyashita. He previously demonstrated the taste-enhancing effect in prototype electric chopsticks. But we have a question. How does the electric salt spoon work? Weighing 60 grams, the spoon runs on a rechargeable lithium battery. It features metal contacts that pass a weak electrical charge to the user's tongue, which draws in sodium ions to enhance the perceived saltiness of the food without actually adding any more salt.
When you're eating low-salt foods, some of that sodium comes into contact with your tongue, but not all. So we use an electric current to attract the sodium to the tongue. Once you do that, lots of sodium is drawn to the tongue and gives the impression of a saltier flavor.
Japanese drinks giant Kirin, which is pivoting towards healthcare from its traditional beer business, says that the technology has particular significance in Japan, where the average adult consumes about 10 grams of salt per day. This happens to be double the amount recommended by the World Health Organization. Kirin will soon start selling the electrified spoon. Before you plan to buy one, note that it's quite expensive. The high-tech spoon is priced at $127. The company will sell just 200 of its electric salt spoons online this month. The makers are hoping for 1 million users globally within 5 years. According to the company, overseas sales will start next year.
Advances in technology are eliminating barriers faced by people with disabilities. In this story, we tell you about new innovations that can help improve the lives of disabled people. Here is more.
For most people, meeting up with friends or family for a social gathering at their favorite venue is very simple. But it becomes more complicated for people with disabilities. They need to plan their outings more carefully. Meet Lily Durkin, who lives with short stature. She says the fact that some venues have no access for people like her is a source of stress, anxiety, and isolation.
It can be really isolating having a disability and trying to find a space, and you can be Googling for hours and hours and hours and spending so much time trying to find an accessible venue.
Disability advocate Shane Ryrick agrees with Durkin and says he often has to deal with discrimination when going to venues across South Australia. In fact, a lot of people living with a disability simply give up on going out because of that lack of accessibility. But a new app called Pavely is now available to help with this issue. The app has been designed in South Australia for users to be able to check out a venue's accessibility before they get there. Created by the state's Department of Human Services and the startup Moonshine Lab, Pavely allows anyone to find, review, and rate the accessibility of a business.
Around about 2,000 people have downloaded the Pavely app, and people use it regularly to check on availability and access of venues.
For the founders of the app, the idea is to go nationwide now.
If you've got a child with a disability or perhaps one yourself, this information is vital. We are hoping that Pavely changes community attitudes towards people with disability accessing our community, because the research shows that if you're not leaving the house, your mental health suffers.
Right on this car though, we're going to head down the hill and we're going to turn right, okay?
I got meningococcal back in 1993 when I was 2.5, and as a result I quad amputee.
Jessica Aldi had been trying for years to learn to drive. Now, thanks to voice-adapted car, the 33-year-old quadruple amputee has finally been able to do so. Holden uses voice commands through microphone to do things like indicating and controlling the car windows. Many people with disabilities are interested in driving, and these days, the technological progress can make it happen.
We're able to modify the cars in amazing ways to get people out on the road with quite limited range of movement.
Holden is now hoping to pass her driving test this year and inspire others with disabilities to follow in her footsteps.
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. We will continue to bring you exciting inventions and updates on the latest gadgets. I will be back soon. Until then, keep watching WION World is One. And yes, don't forget to follow us on social media. For now, it's me, Ankit Oteja, signing off.